21st of February. Believe it or not, another month almost down the tubes. A lot going on behind the scenes. Red will do his update for the week as usual. A couple things that I wanted to touch on as far as what we're seeing and what I'm hearing and all that. I've said this in the live. There's a lot more people here, so I want to say it again. The anxiety part of worrying about stuff is kind of crazy by now because we all know what's going on. And I want to emphasize anytime that something might be taking a little longer than we might think, let's remember something. Every time, not sometimes, this is not just my opinion, this is fact. Whatever's going on behind the scenes, whatever it is, whether the merchant problem or whatever, but whatever they're working on, our part of it is always taken care of. We're always giving something for the issue. In other words, problem with the merchants, the money gets tied up, whatever. What does the company do? They turn around and say, okay, what can we do with the founders to make it better for them? Every time. I could see us worried if like sometime they didn't. But they always do. Something happens, okay, let's give an extension. Something happens, let's drop the price. And then again, they give a 10-day extension. And then another 10-day extension. During this time, they're trying to find a way to do what they need to do without, they don't want to keep starting. They need to go and go. There's a lot of stuff in the pipeline that are ready, and they need to build a bridge that works. Maybe it's not the final solution, but it can't be a rickety bridge. It needs to be, a Golden Gate Bridge. So let's let them do that. I know some of us think, well, what's the big deal? Well, not everybody outside of OnPassive is really happy about our success. I'm pretty sure of that. Everyone saw, and I'm sure the little voices behind the scenes watching that on September 1st until probably the first or second week, they saw the power of OnPassive for the first time. And I'm talking about volume of money transferring back and forth. It was massive. It was massive. There's companies that their whole lifespan never saw that much money. And we haven't even got started yet. As we know, there was a trip, a fall that wasn't us, had nothing to do with us. And then they decided, okay, and then everybody thought, oh, here we go. We're getting up to the last day and we're going to have to, we've never paid yet. Every extension, we never pay again. We know the ambition of the company. We know what the plan was, and that hasn't changed. You will pay twice, and the next payment should come out of your profits. Let's give it a chance. Let's wait for all the cards to be dealt so we can see what's going on. And I have, and most people that I talk to have the faith that we're going to be good, more than good, like unbelievable. And the little bit of the picture that I see is overwhelming. What could happen and what I think is people are going to be blown away. If you just look at last year, there was a couple $1 million paid in commissions. This year, they're already at $37 million, and they mentioned that in January, end of January. So what will happen when this beast is finally let go, and instead of making a quarter of a lap, we make thousands of laps, right? I mean, what good would it be if the company could pay right now, whatever commissions and bonuses are, they pay them today, and a month from now, they can't do it again. It just doesn't make sense. So they need to find a concrete solution. And I want another thing, and this is my opinion, and it's very clear to me. Every time that there's a delay or they give us a extension, it costs the company unbelievable amount of money. Nobody wants to go, and I mean go, as much as Mr. Mufareh and his staff. No one. They would love the idea. Money's coming in, you're getting it. Money's going that way. It's going both directions. They got new products coming in. Where would we be if it wasn't for the problems we have with the merchant. Where would we be right now? We could be on our third or fourth product. We wouldn't even be discussing this. Where would the company be if they didn't have founders? It would have been a lot easier. Getting paid wasn't a problem. It was doing the transfer back and forth. So let's realize we are blessed beyond what we could imagine. I believe, this is my opinion, people will wake up one day with tears in their eyes and can't believe what they're seeing. I really believe that. I just think the setup, and if you look at what's going on, and look, you don't need to know the whole picture of Unpassive. I mean, I just don't think you do. Go by what's happened to this point. Not once that I can remember. Not once. In fact, it's not that I can remember. It never happened. Even when they're getting kicked around and knocked in the dirt and tripping and falling and people taking advantage and money getting sucked out of them, have they ever taken that issue and delivered it to us? Like, look, we're getting beat up. We're going to need you to collect more money. No, never. Never. Chris was lucky. He never came in. He wasn't in MLM. He wasn't working online. Listen, I worked with Red. The last one, maybe the last two. I don't know. They charged us every month, and we never got anything. And it was well over a year. Every month we paid in the hopes it might do something, and they never, ever did anything. In fact, to this day, I don't think it ever did anything. So for us to be able to see there, and what does the company do? We're having an issue, but we don't want you to go without having OConnect. What are we paying for OConnect a month? If you look at the math, 35 cents. I mean, they broke it down so much, and the company's not raking that in. And commissions were paid on what we've done, and bonuses are out there. They just got to find a way, because I want people to realize something. If you took a bowling ball and rolled it down the hill, as it's rolling down, it stays the same size. It goes to the bottom, it's the same size. And on Passive, when you get this ball rolling, this is a snowball. It gets bigger, faster. So, yeah, you're paying X amount of money, but in a month from now, it could be double. In 2 months, it could be double again. Now, they've got us set up to be able to get going. We have never left first gear. We got a 6-speed transmission. We never left first gear. We get it in first gear. We rev it up to 4,000 or 5,000 RPM and pull over to the side because somebody threw nails in the road. We got a flat tire. They're out fixing it, and they're doing the right thing. And hey, by the way, while you're at it, turn the air conditioner on. Here's some dinner. They took care of us every time. So I just want people to realize that when you get anxious, if you want to be anxious, just get anxious about life itself, not on Passive. There's no way should we be worried about on Passive. One thing is, keep in mind, nobody wants to floor this thing to the gas pedal to the floor than Mr. Mufareh and the company, because they're ready to go. They want to go. So that's what I really wanted to wrap into. I've said a little bit for days and days and days. It's like anything else. I'm trying to remind people. So go by what we know, and what we know to this day, we have been taken care of. No matter what happens to the company, they always come over and put a blanket on the founders. Always. So I wanted to emphasize that. And I believe for me, this is the best thing that ever happened to me online or offline. And I think we're about to soar places we've never even dreamed of. I'm going to turn it over to Red, and I might come back in at the end. But anyway, and Mr. Mufareh does have the link. If he can get on, I'm sure he will. If he can't, that's fine, because trust me, they are working every second of the day. Go ahead, Red. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Marty. Really good words. Hi, Chris. How you doing? Looking exceptionally cool in your aviators.
As Marty talked, for some reason the sun got brighter and I had to put on the glasses. Couldn't figure it out.
Get your sun gigs on there. That's it. Okay, well, welcome everyone. And here we go with a 7-day review of Unpassive. Now, before I go into this review, I just want to re-emphasize one thing, and that is this review is from a user's affiliate's point of view of what we see from our end. Okay, this is not what the company is doing. The company are working, as Marty has just said there, 24/7, all ungodly hours to work on our behalf and the company's behalf. Okay, what I do here is the review from what we see is going on. That is from the ecosystems, the apps, the web pages, videos, social media, etc. I try and bring all that together and put it into a format that people can understand of really what's out there and what's going on, to be able to update yourself on Passive. If you might have missed something, you might have been away, you're coming back, want to get back up to date. And this is exactly what this 7-day review is for. So let's go all the way back to last Wednesday, Wednesday the 14th of February, Ash Wednesday, the day of our CEO. It was. And obviously we didn't see Ash or any corporate on 360 last week. But what did happen on Wednesday last week, we had a new video from O Media that came out, and this was in conjunction with through on Passive for Supercars Magilist, and it was racing into digital age with on Passive and Supercars Magilist. I don't know if you saw it. Absolutely really good racetrack, flash cars, all the rest of them. Absolutely brilliant. And then later on that day, super quick, our quartet of Darryl Cook, Janet Butler, Peter Sarer, and
Dan Street.
Dan Street, thank you. Our quartet, I'm just going to call them the quartet from now on. No, I don't remember all their names. Brought out the notes in the update section of your O Founders super quick, and for everyone to do. I put the 7-day review on Wednesday as well onto our channel. Got a separate tab now on my YouTube for that as well. Thursday, what happened on Thursday? I actually reached out on Thursday to COO Mohamed Kamel. Why? Because we had reports through all of us here of O-Trim not functioning correctly because of your antivirus and or your service provider blocking O-Trim. If you have that problem, okay, don't worry, corporate know about it. They are working in the background. In fact, it might even be sorted now. If you are one of the people who are still suffering from that and you cannot see your O-Trim links in your ecosystem, this is to do with your antivirus, and you can actually override this by going into the settings of the antivirus and allowing onpassive.com and O-Trim, and that will refresh it. It will sort it all out, and they will all come back in there as well. So Friday, Saturday and Sunday, not a lot went on over the weekend as far as what we saw from our end looking at on Passive. But Monday came around. What happened on Monday? Well, it was one of our very huge founders, Indian founder's birthday, and that was Gusminder Dillon. He was 21 again on Monday, and everybody everybody was wishing him well. Also on Monday, there was a only a 4-day extension to O-Tracker. Normally we have a 7-day one, but this time we only had a 4-day. For whatever reason, we don't know, but that might actually become apparent in the next day or two. You never know. And also, guys, we had a brand new website on onpassive.com that came out super early, UK time for all of us. Again, I went through this, I think, yesterday or the day before on one of my lives, just to try and reorientate yourself with the OnPassive website. Why am I pointing you in directions? Because it is there for all of us to gain more information. I keep saying the same thing time and time again to absolutely everybody, and that is OnPassive is your business. Yes, the company is there as well, but you have got your very own business in a box with OnPassive. The more knowledge that you have about your business, which means looking, reading, learning, all the rest of it, is going to be beneficial for you in your own business. That came out on Monday. And again, Really loved it. If you noticed on that front page in the background, there was a brand new video about generative artificial intelligence and all the components that was showing in the background of that main page. Also, there was only about 7 pages on this one if you looked at all the totals as well, whereas the week before we had 13 or 14 different pages. But I also liked on this website as well, very much geared towards businesses and about how OnPassive can help you individually within your own business or corporate businesses as well. There's lots of read more areas. I suggest that you read those, expand them, and there's also hyperlinks in this OnPassive.com website as well. Click on the hyperlinks. If it's normally in a light blue color, that's a hyperlink. Click on that and it'll take you to a new page. One thing they're starting to do more and more now, and they obviously must have listened to what we have said, is about the products. On the last web page, there was people saying, I can't read the description because it keeps flicking backwards and forwards. What have they done on this web page? They've made a standstill information on there, and you click it yourself and it will flick between the two. So they're obviously on the ball, listening to our feedback of what people are saying and what they have seen on these web pages. But again, the About Us section, brand new as well. Again, send people to the About section on these websites because it is all there in fantastically written with all the explanations of what OnPassive is and can do and what we are trying to achieve. Also, I noticed on the web page as well, on one of the hyperlinks, it really goes into detail of what our what OnPassive's goal is to do, what we are trying to achieve as a company. And I thought that was a fantastic extra nice touch that they put on there. So that was on Monday. Tuesday then, what happened on Tuesday? We had a 10-day extension to OConnect. Wasn't shocking for most of us that was going to happen. Okay, for some people they were like, but remember, guys, given to us completely freely, extension, we can still use it, all the rest of it, not a problem. This was confirmed as well. There's a few areas you'll get confirmation of this, and that is in your wallet, it will say executive bonus and the extension next to it. Also, you will see it in your My Subscriptions area. Now, I'm going to reiterate once again why we only see OConnect extensions or purchases in that subscription area. Why? Because we have bought this product, and the company have to make a paper trail for all of us of what we have actually purchased, the time period for it, etc. That's why we get it for that and not for OTracker at the moment. OTracker is gratis. We're using it freely. You can carry on using it until it is launched as a paid product. Okay, once it's a paid product, you purchase it, guess where that subscription is going to show? In the My Subscriptions area. So those are the two places you want to look for confirmation of that extension of 10 days. Remember, guys, as Marty has said earlier, the aircon's on, lunch is coming, we're back, we're still using the products. Nothing is changing. All we are doing at the moment is the company are looking for a permanent solution that is going to last. Okay, it's not the end goal. It is a solution that we are going to use at the moment. Also, a couple of things have been happening over the last couple of days. We had a new pop-up in our ecosystem. There was reports, not everybody received it, but a vast majority of people received a thing called a phishing email. Okay, PHISING, not a Chris's fishing. This is a phishing email. Basically, it's a form of emails that people, unscrupulous people, send out to try and get as much information from you and or funds. Okay, It was reported to us. The pop-up then reiterated that it was nothing to do with corporate on passive. Okay. All you have to do, guys, even if you've clicked on the link, even if you've opened it, do not stress. Do not worry. Just delete it, guys. Put it in that spam. Okay. Get rid of it. And then also yesterday on Tuesday, there was another OES app update in your Android area. Okay. We are now on, if you're on Android, okay, I don't judge you if you're on Android, but if you are on Android, okay, you should be on version 1.0.4.4. Okay. If you want to know what version you are on your Android device, open up your app. Top left-hand side, it will say on passive. Next to on passive, okay, it will have a V and the number. Okay, so 1.0.4.4 Android. If you're on iOS, which is Apple, whether it's phone, tablet, doesn't really matter, and you're using the app, you should be on 1.0.8. And again, you can check that. Open the app up, look to the top left-hand side on passive. Next to that, it'll go, says V 1.0.8. Chris is going to check. I know he is. Just to make sure he's on the right version. So that was yesterday. And the last thing I've got for you today, obviously, we've got 360. I'll go back to that for next week. But the only other thing is there was another email that was circulating that has been reported as well. But if you are, well, I had one to me this morning, and it is inviting you to a webinar about O coins. Okay. If you have had that, again, guys, block this person, put it into spam, just delete it. It is nothing to do with on passive. You should all know by now that on passive will never, ever, ever, ever ask you for any pertinent details, i.e. names, addresses, date of births, access to wallets, linking wallets, anything like that. They will never, ever do that. And if they do, it's going to be, guess where? In your OES ecosystem. Okay. That's it from me then for this review. Back to you, Chris.
Very good. I ain't got nothing. Very good. Marty DeGarmo, very good from you too. You both always have something. I, on the other hand, I'm going to make something up. I'm going to do my own review. How do you think of that? Now, I want you to hear me out. I'm in a real goody-giddy mood. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling strong. I am a little depressed because my brother Bill, my sister Robin are sick. I'm going to ask you again to please keep praying for them. They need a lot of prayers. And anyone else I've forgotten, I don't mean to forget anyone. We've had a couple of deaths from India and Bangladesh. Our condolences to all those families. I talked about them like earlier this week. Not gone, but not forgotten. And passive is going to go forward and carry on your dreams no matter what. I guarantee you that. So in the last 7 days, last Wednesday, this is what happened. This is what really happened. Okay. India, Hyderabad called and said, "Hey, we got to pay this phone bill." Boom, it was paid. Hey, India called me. We got to pay this electricity bill. It was paid. And then the next day, on my 6-day review, Egypt called. Hey, we got to pay this electrical bill. It was paid. Meanwhile, in that process, on 9:30 every night, I'm playing with a multi-billion-dollar O Connect for absolute, I'll say free if it's 30 cents, whatever I paid. I'm paying for it. I'm playing it while they're paying. Every office we got, the 2 big offices we have in Dubai. All right, what do you think? That runs on free air? No, it doesn't. Mufareh, that company, is paying to keep that running. Meanwhile, we're playing trivia on O Connect. Absolutely free. Right now, we are on O Connect talking to over 3,000 people. Whoa, there's another 3,000 people who are getting from. Did any of you get a phone call saying that you had to pay the electricity bill, the gas bill, the air conditioning bill? Oh my God, we forgot about payroll. I didn't think anyone in the staff called and said, "Hey, I didn't get paid." Guess what? They all got paid. You see what I'm saying here? we've got something well, let's just say this. We've got the greatest CEO in the world. Why? Because he's giving. I think he's a little, well, yeah, I'm going to say it. He's crazy for doing this, but he's doing it. No other CEO in the world would say, keep playing with it. We got to do something. No, they would say, oh, Ford Motor Company, when something was wrong, they put the brakes on. I mean, they put the brakes on. That's just how it worked. We're still playing. We're still getting things for free. We're still able to do free webinars 7 days a week, nonstop, for absolutely free. Why, this guy called AM, we'll call him AM, Ash Mufareh. Another guy, Mohamed Kamel, MK. Who's the other Mohamed? We have Mohamed Nazel, MN. Red, right? Dr. Tarek, Professor Susan. Listen, these people are all getting paid by Ash Mufareh. Nothing coming out of my pocket. Listen, I was told 3.5 years ago, you're going to have to pay 2 times. Technically, I paid 1 time. The other money he gave back. Now, we always say Ash Mufareh is someday, I think he's the richest guy in the world right now just because how he gives. All right? Ash Mufareh will never be the richest man in the world because he loves giving away his money, his fortune. He will be the most generous man in the world, which that's truly what he wants. He doesn't want to be labeled as the richest man or this or that. He wants to be labeled as, look what I did for the world. His tombstone someday, because he's going to die someday. We all are. I hope I get to write some things in that one. I really do. Some things that a lot of people don't know. What you don't know about Ash Mufareh, you know about business. All right. What you don't know about Ash Mufareh, we're not telling you just yet. But when you find out who, listen, founders right now, you should really know who Ash Mufareh is. You really should. You should never even question what he's doing, how he's doing it, because right now he's giving us all of this for free, literally for free. So I just like to remind people that. So my rest of my review is all the other places that he's got offices. Someone's got to pay that bill. Someone has to pay that bill. I want you to think about that. While we're playing, he's working. Right now, he's in a meeting. Right now, this very second, he is in a meeting. He's trying to get here. Hold on, guys. He's in a meeting. I say, Ash Mufareh, what did I send you, Marty? You tell that guy just to keep working. We got this. Do we want to see Ash Mufareh? Yeah, we want to see Ash Mufareh every single day. But us 3 guys here, we know that it's not possible, because if he came on every day, he'd never get nothing done. All right. You could say us 3 guys like speaking out loud. Why we do it? We do it to help out, keep people motivated, keep people updated. And there's a lot of other people. It's just not us 3 that do this all day long. And I'm proud of every one of you. And you should be proud of yourself. I don't care if you do a webinar and there's 3 people. It's 3 people, you got their attention. It grows. You got a webinar, you get 500 people. It's 500 people. It's going to grow. Just like when a passive takes off, when this little itty bitty thing, which is probably pretty big, gets fixed. Those 3 individuals that you said, Chris, but Red, but Marty, I only got 1 person on my team. Watch it grow. And you don't even got to water it, but watch it grow. There's people sitting right now in what I call the warehouse, that are coming to a founder near you. How about that one, huh? Coming to a founder near you. I'm going to go back to, what did you do for those people? What did any of us do for those warehouse people right now? Or all the people that's going to come in the next 5 years, 10 years, 50, no cap. No cap. I could grow my hair as much as I want. No cap. It's coming, guys. No cap. This isn't, hey, all right, Chris, you made this much money. I got to cut you off. No. Ash Mufareh said, oh, no, you didn't make enough. I want to give you more. Him saying, dream bigger. Your dreams aren't big enough. Dream bigger. Your dreams aren't big enough. Who in the history of the world has ever told you that? Not a CEO that I know of. William Ford didn't say, Chris Johnson, work faster and harder. That's what he told me. Ash Mufareh says the opposite. Chris, go fishing. Hey, Chris, why don't you go buy an RV and travel around the United States? I got this. I'll call you once in a while. Stop by and visit me. Don't fall off no steps. He wants us to have fun. He wants us to live life. Because most of us, I'm 58 years old. I've lived my life. I'm hoping to make it to at least another 20 or 30 years. And Ash Mufareh is going to give me 20 or 30 more years of things that I never was able to do before. Because I'm going to have the time to do it. I'm going to have the freedom to do it. I'm going to be able to drive over to Marty's house, jump on in the RV or maybe a plane and fly over to the UK and grab Red and Jane. Grab Dawn. We're going to go to lunch. Where do you want to go to lunch today, guys? France? Kentucky? Florida? This is the options we're all going to have. This is my opinion. Your freedom is everything. Your freedom is everything. There's nothing more important than your time and your freedom. Does your boss right now think that? No, your boss wants to own you. He wants to own your time and freedom. The more you work, the bigger his house gets. Ash Mufareh is the complete opposite. Let me work and your houses are going to get real big. Ah! Guess who just showed up? Unbelievable. And I told him to stay in that meeting. He don't listen to me. Obviously, you don't listen to me. So, Marty, I'm going to hand it back to you, and you could do the honors when he's ready.
As usual, I couldn't find the unmute button. Anyway, no, very good. Kind of the theme is if we go by the past, just with Unpassive, we can see that we are in good hands. Mr. Mufareh, hello. Thank you for taking the time out to come on. And you came perfect time because everything's perfect and Unpassive. It's all yours, Mr. Mufareh.
Thank you so much. I am so happy to join you alongside with my partner, Mr. Kamel. We are happy. We had to cut off a meeting a little short than we expected because we thought we should stop by and say hello. Finally, we get invited to something or somebody cares to hear us. But just a couple of things. I think, usually you do a good job, more than good, perfect job, and you address all what's needed to be addressed. We probably don't have time to go backward. What we could do is turn the 360 to 720, which is a week ahead. Pretty much within a week. Let me take a look at the calendar. So the 29th is next Wednesday, the 28th, I believe. So let's put it this way. Tentatively, we are on track to have the new release of O Connect by the end of next week to go live. It's a whole new design. All features, everything is debugged, everything is stabilized, scalable, definitely going ready for the masses. Okay, you're gonna love it. We also did build a few AI features that are done by experts when it comes to AI. Okay. I feel confident to share with you the following. We are having really, really good level of the virtual background, video background, and also translation. That is probably a new level. There is absolutely zero lag when the speaker speaks on screen. By default, it comes in by the same language. If you choose a closed caption, some people want to read as well. Okay, this could work well for the impaired individuals or the deaf community. Perhaps they could read or they could select a different language. And meanwhile, we have another department. Something good comes from the UK. We have people in the UK working on the translation, the sign language. I believe there are 300 languages. Some people know, maybe Lynn Nakamoto and some of our sign language more knowledgeable. I don't know if they're experts. We have a few. We're fortunate to have few in OnPassive. They know that there are 300 or more different sign languages, based on the country. But there is a universal one that most of them understand, which is good. Okay. Um, and that is somebody is leading that. We are also hopeful we're approaching a good level in that production, and there are a few fun features in that. There's another feature that has been already done and is live. It will show up next week, when we go live with the new release, which is that's going to work really good with the Academy, with training, with teaching, virtual learning. uh, have you ever been in a session where you're going to request a copy of the presentation or a certain file or document? Business people may be in a meeting with their lawyers, accountants, and then they want to exchange some files, documents, send that by email or upload it to a certain website. We have something new in OConnect. We call it OShare or share file. Okay. And simply you upload any file and you can allow all speakers or everyone to download it at a click of a button. You don't have to go to an email. You don't have to go to a hosting platform. It's all in one. So we believe that uh, it's a done deal. Not only that, it's I think we nailed it. Now we can brag about OConnect that we've added something new to the market that will revolutionize the video conferencing industry totally. Plus, more features are coming. Definitely AI is kicking it. I am proud to announce uh, several additions. They hold engineering degrees and PhD in IT and AI. Uh, we are overwhelmed by how optimistic we are, how hopeful we are, how confident we are about uh, introducing even more values to our customers and our users. This is really getting warm, getting interesting. As much as we had, uh, challenges, or we had probably a few setbacks, whether health issues or some the loss of our great partners and founding members and uh, customers. It's been a couple of rough weeks, I would say. Uh, Mr. Handsome also was hospitalized. He did it for fun, but uh, just to get more love. I know your method. And yeah, but aside from that, on the business side, we're very, very excited about what's coming and what's happening. Also, we have been certified by a few major technology sources and manufacturers. I can announce a couple, but there are a few that has been done. So OnPassive already certified by Cisco. I think our tech pros understand how important is that. That's already done. You couldn't be certified unless you should look up that. Of course, Comp TIA as well. They probably will do a better job to break that down to you. The Tech Pros, those are 2 certificates in hands. There are about 3 pending for approval, finalizations, but they are coming, and some of you will recognize uh, those, or some will probably would do a little research and understand how powerful they are, what they mean to us as an IT company. But I can tell you, I'm sure many of you understand Cisco, what it means, and to get certified as a website, as an application, that's a great step. So congratulations on that. Uh, we also have somewhat a breakthrough in terms of uh, blockchain technology. Not going to get into technical details on that, but we were earlier with our CTO, Mr. Naveen Kumar, and we invited him to actually come here. He said he's working on something. If things go well, by next week, if you allow him to come in on Passive 360 or 720, that he would be happy to share some of the upcoming AI and blockchain technologies that we are eager to share with the market. But he's busy. He's still at the office, and he want to make sure that what can be shared is not going to be taken against us from the market. Okay. We made some mistakes in the past. We learned from those. Mr. Kamel, do you like to share anything about any of the topics we discussed today or yesterday or every day?
Boss, I
You,
shared
you
to
can.
you one video. You
I want
can
you to share that. Yeah, I want you to share that event. Okay, so Mr.
no
Kamal, take it
no
away.
you can say it, boss.
Uh, I insist you should share that. There's an upcoming event.
Yes, boss. You can say it.
One of you better share it because I'm getting goosebumps. Any, meeny,
No,
miny,
no.
mo.
This is some surprises, but we can share it. We can announce it about it.
Okay. So don't be scared, okay? Some should be, but there is a World Police Summit coming up in Dubai, March the 5th to the 7th, very close, 2 weeks from now. And Passive is the host and the sponsor for that, alongside with partners with Dubai Police and connection with some other international departments. I'm going to leave it at that. So Passive is chosen and the most qualified to take care of that, and some other national libraries and archives also chose Passive to take care of their technology and system. For some countries, you know how delicate is that topic when it comes to some major documents and archives and etc. So we just have more partnerships, and some like this. Uh, they're definitely on our side. They do a lot of vetting. They do a lot of investigations and scrutiny to make sure that we are the best option that they have among the entire world. That will take care of that event and future event, and take care of their um, media system. We're delighted to be the one. So it is official. We will be sharing with you more information. So there's a big chance that you're in a country that we have relationship with the law enforcement and with the police system in your country. Obviously, UAE and Dubai police is the primary one, but also across the globe. That's a big deal. We're honored. We're obviously overwhelmed and somewhat surprised because they're bigger players in the market ahead of us in the game. How could you stand out? And we did ask that question. I'm curious. I'm going to say that publicly. They said, we've seen your work. Okay. We've seen your work
So
and we see the direction you're headed to, and they understand, we're positioned in a way to dominate the market. Yeah.
it is actually big summit, boss. It is annual summit. It's Dubai Police is making this summit every year, inviting all international polices. So we'll find New York police, we'll find the
Good
Interpol, we'll
cops,
find
bad cops, all of them are coming.
all the cops there. And it's a 3 days event here. Was at the end was a celebration of gala dinner. So Ambassador is the media partner there, and we have really working very hard to have this. Our team is working from even before 2 3 weeks, working closely with Dubai Police for all the arrangements there.
Lots of
You will
preparation.
you will find our logo with them, inshallah. This is a big deal, and before like 2 weeks, I had a meeting there in Dubai Police Headquarters with Dr. Susan and discuss about this with the generals and the big officers about this issue. So, guys, we have to be proud of Ambassador and more and come, more and more and come.
What struck me the most, beside what Mr. Kamel added, that they're not just accepting us, even beyond is like, how can we serve you back? This is exact words from the head of the police telling on passive. How could we serve you back? Gonna leave it at that. Okay, so I'm gonna share last story with you. I know you've been here, you've heard the good stuff. We're just filling in the blank here. Now, here's the big deal. All right. Well, not the big deal. Here's the sweet part of today's conversation. I'm gonna tell you a little story. I was only 14 many years ago. Okay. And I got a scholarship to choose one of 3 destinations. There was computer camps. I'm going to say exact year. That was 1987. Computer, it's a summer camp throughout the summer break in school. I probably was on the 8th or 9th grade. And I was, offered a scholarship to go. The camps are either in Paris, London, or Cairo, Egypt. I chose the last one. And I went there. Uh, I'm passionate. I did well in school. They treated me for that. We stayed at a resort near the pyramids of Giza, the famous world wonder. And I had a new experience in my life. I was a little boy, obviously, many years ago. And I was introduced to a whole new world to me. I'm passionate about technology, all that. It was 1987. You didn't have the technology we have right now. It was uh, not black and white. It was green and black. Old Macintosh. So look for Macintosh 1987, how they looked. That's exactly my first exposure with computers. I was mesmerized by the instructors and the trainers. How could they already graduate from universities holding computer science degrees and training us kids, from I think middle school and high school. And then it was overwhelming to me. It was a lot to take in because this is a whole new world to me. But I was more like driven by how these people know so much. Like, wow, one day if I would know a little bit of what they're telling us now, that would be interesting. Uh, I didn't get much of it, but I got at least triggered, and I got the drive. This is an industry I would love to know, man. And we didn't know much with computers back then. It's like to draw a star, no graphic, no images, no videos, little functions about math calculation and figure things out. It blew my mind. Some were new graduates teaching us, so they just graduated like in 1986, a year they've been teaching, and I was still like really struck by how much they know about computers and how far I'm already when this is like a new thing. That's how fast computers are. So I go back home and I meet my uncle taking me home, all right, after my return, okay. And I was greeted by news that I had a new brother. Yes. Same day I returned, my mom had a baby. That's my youngest brother. You could do the math. How old is he now? He got kids, okay? So, but that's not the news. The news now, not about my brother, is about the instructors. Years passed. Some of them gone their way. They got master's degree in California State University, in some major educational institutions in the UK. And they traveled the world, okay, in different careers and different, more knowledge, more expertise on the IT, all of that. I got a chance to reconnect with them uh, in a company called Unpassive. They are my instructors many years ago, 30 plus years ago, and now they look different, less hair, more great hair, more glasses, a little bit worn out. That's what some years put on you. So they're heading a specific doctor. He's an expert, definitely in AI. He's heading a new department, and I'm passive. We're delighted that we have him with us. Uh, I'm still taking that in. It's big for me, it's hard to believe. Now, I don't have pictures. I might have to look, I'm still confirming, but um, we connected as we were like in a room yesterday. Well, when we connected recently. Uh, but the biggest news from all of that, that's not probably relevant to you. It's big deal to me in my life, okay? Um, my teachers now PhDs leading a department in our company. Thank you, God. Why? Because they're intelligent, they're capable of things, they're fast, and they are seeing something and I'm passive. Why would they come and leave what they're doing? Again, they're not looking for jobs. They see something you don't see, probably. And not that you're not getting it, but we're unable to share with you. but we're sharing with other people, and they find out, and they choose to make a transition in their life. That's a big deal. The biggest part about this professor, he's been teaching for a while across the globe, lots of degrees, lots of certificates, okay, accreditation in many, many fields in the IT sector. And he was able to build a network of 4,000 experts. Many are PhDs, hand selected. He considered himself difficult to work with because he's very strict. He has high standards just like us. And if you he puts a lot of pressure on his people. If you stay connected with him, you pass all the tests and all the pressure. 4,000 people are the juice of many, many thousands in his career. They are pretty much all over the place, many countries. Many are PhDs or engineers. Many already in OnPassive, and the rest to come and follow. There's nothing we cannot accomplish in OnPassive. There's nothing that is too big, too small for us. If it's good for you, we're going to make it. Chances we are already working on it. We are proud of what we're doing. I'm personally beyond proud of what we're doing. For us to attract the global world police departments and law enforcement to be the annual partners to that, we are really delighted. I don't have a dog here for sure. Okay. What did you do? You killed it? You don't do that. Okay. I'm going to leave it at that, but you can have a clue of what's happening behind the scene. Thanks to our team, they're working tirelessly on that. Yeah, there are some challenges. We still wrestle with those. That's a part of life. But we are winning, and we continue to set records in many directions. I hope we were able to add a little light to your day. We see you probably next week. Who knows? And thank you, Mr. Kamel, for allowing me to come here because I was supposed to be somewhere else. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And by no means, we're not threatening you that we got police, all of that. If you're not doing anything wrong, you should be okay.
A disclosure. I got to do a disclosure.
Guys, this is, I believe, giving you, as boss said, a clue. If we are arranging a big event with Dubai Police, and it is International World Summit for all police. So this giving you a clue about how credible, massive, and solid all over the world. Because we are not playing with the police, and you are not playing with us. So this is giving you a give for all our lover, whatever, in positive or in non-positive way, a clear message where we are. And guys, believe me, it's more and more will come, inshallah.
Thank you, Mohamed.
Wow, thank you.
Guys.
I couldn't sleep before. This doesn't help a lot.
Yeah.
All right, so let's recap. Okay, for now, we already told you we got some certificates in hand, including Cisco, CompTIA, and they will explain those to you. A couple more will be announced and posted on our website as certified in those areas. We already told you about a bigger one previously, which is ICANN accreditation. It's no secret. We told you about my unique story, not about my brother, but about my teacher many years ago, and how it's a small world and history circles back in such a beautiful way. If you are focused, if you are working hard, good things are going to happen in your life. This event is definitely, I would think we are, it's a big treat to all of us, okay? You're doing everything right, at least with a beautiful intention, if the law enforcement of the world chooses you to do their business and deal with their data. Plus the other archives we talked about, major, breakthrough, I would say, in blockchain technology, more AI inventions, hopefully could be shared with you through our CTO and others in the coming days. Guys, we're overwhelmed. I think that's the word I want to finish it with. We're overwhelmed with what's happening. I hope you get a glimpse of it, but time will come and we'll share with you. Get ready for a beautiful O-Connect release, and after that, you know what's coming, okay? So everything is behind it. Pull that trigger, explosion. Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you
All
very
right,
much.
we're going to break the internet. In a good way, okay?
Yeah, we always have to say that, yeah.
There you go.
Let's do it. Have a good one. Thank you.
Thanks for taking
Thank
the
you,
time.
guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Cheers,
you.
Ash.
Good.
Mohamed.
Thank you, Mohamed.
Thank you.
God bless you both. Wow. 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 Put that in, hey, all you naysayers, put that in your pipe and smoke it right there. What are they going to say?
That is huge. That is Cisco. By the way, I won an award with Cisco in 1991, which I'll tell you guys about at another time, and it was at Windsor Castle. But Cisco are huge, man.
Yeah.
Tell us
If you look up huge in the dictionary, there are pictures next to it. For sure.
Do you want me to tell you? I'll tell you now quickly then.
Yeah, 3,000.
I did a C++ course, so a coding course. When I left the army, it was one of the first things I did in 1990. I did a computer course for coding C++, which used to be the old way of coding in those days, physically writing it out. Anyway, I was doing stuff online even back then and all the rest of it. And I had made a website and I wanted to have a logo, and I wrote code for this logo. And it was, I mean, looking back, at the time, you didn't have any templates, you didn't have a copy and paste, you had to literally write the code for it. But I managed to get the name of my website, and I managed to write the code so it span round, so it span in a twisting spiral, and then pixel out, so like an explosion, and then all come back together again and then repeat. So and I won an award. I was invited to Warwick Castle with Cisco WebEx it was in those days. It's changed now. I don't know what Cisco is called now, but it's Cisco something. But in those days it's called Cisco WebEx. And I won an award for this logo that I did. They found me on, I didn't enter any competition. They found it online and they said, asked me some questions, and there you go.
Pretty cool, Red.
So, yeah.
Wow.
Not just a chef.
No. It's funny you said that. I'm going to say the same thing. Back in early 90s, had that funky computer. They gave it to us at work. Everybody got one. Ugly looking thing, looking back at it. And one day I was doing what you're saying, Red, and it took hours, right? And when I was done, I had an inchworm go across the street. And I thought, oh my God, I'm a computer whiz,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but the thing is, Marty, back in those days when it was almost still a DOS system, if the older generation remember DOS, this is obviously before Windows and all the rest of it. You actually physically had to write code.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I remember. And yeah, I had a book about this thick, this big freaking book just to make that worm go across the, yeah.
Quality.
It was a lot of fun. I loved it. Yeah. It's funny how we talk about stuff we don't know for weeks and weeks and weeks. And it's the only company I know. And I always think bigger, right? I got to pull myself back. But we're even bigger than that. I mean, what the freak?
Yeah.
He's texting me now. Did you? Yeah. He wants to know if it's going live. I'll put it on all the YouTube channels as soon as I get it. That's what I believe. That's what he wants me to do. And I'll tell you what he said after that.
I have no computer stories to tell you.
Okay, thank you, Marty and Chris.
Oh,
Fantastic. 360.
yeah, it's oh my God.
Wait a minute. What did he say? The 28th?
Yeah, a week today.
That's the day my daughter-in-law is being induced for my second grandchild. How cool is that?
Oh, yeah. There you go.
There's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, and it's my 5th anniversary. Hey, the other thing.
Oh.
Did Ash remind you of that?
No, that's not what he said.
Yeah.
No, that's not what he said.
What's your anniversary of your marriage, Marty? What is that?
But here, no, I don't know that one. You guys know it. See, I can say that because Dawn ain't here. What a jackass when I did that. Oh, a jackass. Anyway, I mean, everybody needs to wrap their head around when he tells you the new uplifted face, the new O Connect is coming out. Let's think about what that means.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a switch for many, many things. Anyway, I don't want to go any further because I'll get in trouble. I will see you guys all later. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to record this. I'm going to get the recording, and I'll put it on all YouTube channels.
You're so excited. You can't talk straight.
No, I can't. No, because I always expect the best and the most and blow me away. This took me by, this even blew me away. I can't even talk.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'll have it on all the channels in the next 45 minutes or so. I have to wait for it to render.
And all
I'll let you guys know when. Huh?
I'm going to tell the note people right now. I know they did a great job, and I'm sure those notes will be in the office in the next 30 minutes because they're pretty fast about that.
That's fine, and it'll be a fun
Absolutely.
update tomorrow. I can tell you,
Yeah,
guys.
Amazing.
We're on a magic carpet run.
I got 2 steaks waiting for me. I got to go.
Yeah, I just want to leave one note for you guys when we get off of here. All right, see you
Okay.
all. Thank
See ya.
you.
Bye.
Bye.